like reminiscing about the past and nostalgia washes over them. Other people are like, thank God they don't build them like they used to. Let's move on. So we're going to cover the entire spectrum. I'll tell you what I'm doing with it, though. I'm using it as an excuse for the whirlwind tour of the major systems of your home. Not only talk a little bit about the past, which of course is fun, but understand where things have come to now and what's available. And it all gets started when we come back. You are home. If you instruct the house whisperer, Jane Yamamoto has the news.
After Tom Sizemore is now hospitalized this morning, the representative says 61-year-old suffered a brain aneurysm early Saturday morning and now reportedly fighting for his life. Final round of the Genesis Open is underway at Riviera Country Club. Tiger Woods shot a 67 yesterday, even though he's 12 shots off the lead. Anything is possible with Tiger. And a new Marvel release tops the weekend box office. Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania is #1 with moviegoers, the third movie in the Ant-Man franchise. Put it up to 71 of your listeners.
All right, I know you're like me. Right now, you're not thinking about your water heater, right? Until right now. Okay, don't think about your water heater. Now you're thinking about it. But you weren't, and neither was I. Why? Because it's working. But if it stops heating water, you're thinking about it all the time. And if that's you right now, you need to call Water Heaters Only. Water Heaters Only has been getting that job done right since 1968. They specialize in water heater replacement and tankless water heater installs. They are on it. They're reliable. They have same-day service, quality products, the lowest prices around. Right now, you can get 0% deferred interest financing. So, if you need a new water heater, call the company that does Water Heaters Only. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Get a new water heater with 0 interest. Terms and conditions apply. That's waterheatersonly.com. Waterheatersonly.com.
From the KFI Weather Center, this report brought to you by Wendy's, 2 for $6. The best deal in fast food. Partly cloudy in Metro LA and Inland OC. Highs in the low 70s. Now I get back to promote. What is the crack on the 71?
It's a very heavy drive. Basically, at the 71 is southbound side at Newton Boulevard. You got a crash there. And it looks like possibly a lane is blocked, but they also have some helpers to the area, so it's a real heavy drive as you come up on it. Now, through the Riverside sector, 215, south side of Columbia, we got Palm off the side that's causing delays. Also, we have a stall to Westminster, 405 northbound at Westminster Avenue. And a crash to Encino, clearing out 101 southbound at Balboa. A little heavy there. Find the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Mark Wheeler. When you want the best deal on the best meal, choose Wendy's 2 for $6. Pick from Dave's Single, spicy chicken sandwich, 10-piece crispy nuts, or a medium strawberry lemonade. Share any 2 for just $6. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's 2 for $6. This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options. An easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states and situations.
Could you use monthly payments to help me pay for needs? Like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet? Find out about supplemental security income. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, older, or an adult or child with a disability or who's blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI. Produced by Participating U.S. Taxpayers Bank.
The hit true crime podcast, True Ghost, is back with a brand new case. Season 3 digs deep into the 1992 cold case murder of Tammy Kozowicki, a New Jersey college student, and uncovers a murky police investigation, a pool of new suspects, and a community still desperate for answers 30 years later.
Tammy's supposed to be on campus, and she's not here, and people are starting to get worried.
Listen to Paper Ghost on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcast. Say, I want my medical bill paid. I want my car fixed. I want my money. I want my accident lawyer. Tim Connell, Connell Chevrolet, Costa Mesa. We're offering President's Day savings all up long on Silverados, Suburbans, Tahoes, and affordable electric Volt EVs at ConnellChevrolet.com. Find your roads at Connell Chevrolet, the Orange County original since 1964.
I've seen uncertainty, okay, to feel stressed, worried, or frustrated. CalHope can help. Access CalHope's free and secure mental health service. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at CalHope. ROTHSCHILD.org.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We recently received a call from an injured person who'd hired another law firm. The insurance company had offered them $11,000. But we said, let's take another look. We took the case over and got more than $2 million in court. All law firms are not the same. And just because you already hired a firm, that doesn't mean you can't fire that firm. Luckily, this client is Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit ForThePeople.com for all things near you.
1-877-522 KARS card with you. 1-877-522 donate your card today.
Card prices at an all-time high. Our donors are now getting highest for new sellers. Donate at carsforkids.org. And your card can be picked up tomorrow.
1-877-522 donate your card today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate. The idea is that people can get included.
Seriously? Where's the just what's the bridge?
We all know how easy it can be to go to the wrong place for car repair. I can't believe it. That engine light is on again. So don't risk it. Take your car to the experts at AMCO. AAMCO. Check engine light on? We'll check it for free. Restrictions, limitations, and exclusions may apply. See AMCO.com for complete details. Nice, convenient location. It's great brand. Get super prices on a super selection during the Norm Reed President's Day event at Norm Reed Superstore. From West Covina to the Cerritos Auto Square and from Huntington Beach to the Auto Center, you'll find a Norm Reed Superstore near you. Ford, Lincoln, Hyundai, Genesis, Volkswagen, and Honda. We have your favorite new models in stock. Plus, get whole peace of mind when you purchase, thanks to our exclusive price protection guarantee. Rich safe, if you can find the same new vehicle for less within 5 days, your Reed will pay you the difference or buy your vehicle back. The price protection guarantee provides assurance so there is no need to shop anywhere else. Don't miss the Norm Reed President's Day event. That's right today at a Norm Reed Superstore location, like the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square. Or shop online at normreed.com. That's the Volvo Honda Retail, just 122. This Files podcast, a leading exorcist and demonologist, shares stories of disturbing and vicious cases of possession. For the last 2 decades, Father Carlos Martinez has encountered evil in nearly every way imaginable. When Hollywood portrayed in The Exorcist with levitation, vomiting, spitting at the creek, all of that has not been a movie for me. I have seen after seen. Listen to The Exorcist Files on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, God, I got PTSD from Barney. My kid with Barney. Barney's song, Barney's costume, Barney event, Barney's game. And I said, okay, I am done with Barney. This was last year. Bill Handle. I said, you guys are finished. Live 6 to 9 a.m. on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. Steve Sharp, the House Whisperer at your service. Thanks for joining us on the program. Is that a blue jay at the theater? It is. You know, it comes on the weekend.
Oh, really?
But no, I mean, we look out there a lot. What? Yeah, it's interesting. So, you know, he's got his work during the week and he takes the weekend off at our place. Just picks up a little extra feed.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we are talking about they don't build them like they used to. This is part 2, by the way, today. So if you missed yesterday's program or the previous episode of On Demand Podcast, then go back. Make sure you go back and listen to that because there's lots of good stuff. Also, coming up, we're going to be going to the phones in just a bit. The number to reach me, 833-2-ASK-STEAM. 833, the number 2-ASK-STEAM. All right, let's dive in, shall we? Where did we leave off on our list yesterday? We talked about engineering issues, foundations. We talked about shear walls. We talked about plumbing, the lead and oakum story, which I think a lot of people found very interesting, I hope. And then PEX, replacing copper and galvanized pipe. Thank you very much. Susan, thank you. Right now, all right? they don't build them like they used to. There are very few areas of your home that have changed so radically. And yet, as we're going to discuss in just a second here, we kind of, in one sense, come full circle. So let's just start with, I'm not going to start with wood-burning fires because, yeah, we all know, before civilization, caught up with our heating and air conditioning needs, we were burning wood and coal in boxes inside our homes, essentially, in order to heat the air in the room. There you go. Very, very, very extremely inefficient. The open hearth fireplace, as romanticized and beautiful as it is, and I love them. I absolutely love them. Their primary purpose for us is an aesthetic purpose and an emotional purpose, not heating at home efficiently, because they are about only 30+% efficient as far as all the fuel that is burned and how much of that energy interaction makes it into the room. Far, far more efficient than that were the first inroads of mechanical heating, and that would have been both, kind of showing up on the scene simultaneously, both radiant heat from radiators, whether you got the classic radiator over in the corner of the room with steam running through it, from a boiler downstairs in the basement. That's for those of you who live east of the Mississippi, or you've got your classic gravity furnace. Now, a lot of people confused about what a gravity furnace is. Like, whoa, what? Okay, it's simply a furnace that has no moving parts whatsoever. There is no fan blowing heat anywhere in through ductwork. There is ductwork, and that ductwork is almost always in the floor. And gravity furnaces were from a time when everybody was getting a raised foundation and had some form of basement. If it's not a full basement, at least a pit specifically for the gravity furnace. A lot of asbestos in that ducting, by the way, also. Not a problem if you have one of these still in your home. That's not a problem, okay? Asbestos is only a problem when you disturb it and it gets into the air, not just the fact that it was wrapped around ductwork. So just one step to be clear. I'm not saying you can keep it, I'm just saying you don't have to stand. But anyway, gravity furnace is simply this. The furnace itself, with the gas burner, is located below the floor of all the floors in the house, whether it's a single-story or a two-story house. And as we know, heat rises, cold air descends, gravity. Okay, and so no fan was required with the gravity furnace. It's just simply literally squeeze heat out into a room through these floor vents. And of course, that was wise because it wasn't forced air heating. The vents were always on the floor because heat arrived at the floor level and then rose through the airspace up to the ceiling. And as it made that journey, of course, it warmed the air throughout the room. Gravity furnaces actually, as far as their ability to heat a room nicely, beautiful kind of gentle heat, because it's not forced air with a fan blowing out of those ductwork. But still, efficiency is pretty low. Okay? And no air conditioning involved in a gravity furnace, and no fan. Also quiet heat. That's what I love about radiators. Totally quiet, except for the popping of the ice, popping in the machine with ice when the radiator comes on. So where have we come from there today? Well, we passed through, and I say pass through because I hope at some point this is something relatively of the past. But we have passed through this period of time when we are with forced air heating and air conditioning. Forced air meaning there's a fan and it's blowing. Now, the efficiency of that in a room, obviously, it gets to, when it's designed well, that air gets to all parts of the room, both hot and cold air. And these, well, you can have these vents down on the floor still. There's not a lot of houses these days getting designed with raised foundations. So most of the time, these vents are up higher in the room, which makes the heat kind of a hassle because the heat rises, and so the ceiling area of a room gets really, really warm by the time you, down where you are on the sofa, starts to, by the time you start to get warm, you stand up and you're like, whoa, it's hot in here. So there are limitations to all of that as well because of physics and the way the universe works. Hot air rises, cold air descends. So where have we come to? Well, just want to speak in terms of heating. I think air conditioning for the moment is going to have to remain forced air. But forced air conditioning is not something that most people complain about because they like the idea of the cool breeze crossing over them. But when it comes to heating, we kind of come full circle all the way back to the radiator, except instead of the radiator just being a unit, a fixture over in the corner of the room, or radiant floorboards, baseboards around the edge of a room, which is a little bit more efficient as far as coverage. No, nowadays we're talking about radiant floor. And so new builds, major remodels, it is an absolute serious consideration for all of you to take into account. Some of you have remodeled your bathrooms and popped a little electric radiant heat in that floor while you were retiling the bathroom. And you have found like, oh my goodness, why do we not have this for the entire house? Because it's gentle, because no air actually moves, because the floor heats at first where your footsies are, and it feels amazing. And by the way, that kind of infrared heating warms you in a way that it doesn't even have to start warming the air in the room to get you feeling comfortable. And, of course, it's across the entire floor, so as the heat rises, it really covers the area that we are first, like a classic radiator, except better. And the efficiency on radiant heat flooring is just literally off the charts. Nothing. Variable speed, dampered zone unit. Nothing competes with the quality of the heat, especially if you have allergies and things like that too. Nothing competes with radiant floor. And so that's where we just come from, right? That's 100 years of heating homes in a nutshell. All right, when we come back, let's talk about electricity. Man, electricity hasn't changed, still the exact same force of nature. But you'll be happy to hear. But the way we run it to our houses, huge changes. We'll talk about that when we return. Your home, if you start the house with for Jane Yamamoto, absolutely.
A mass of remembrance will be held this morning to mark the 20th anniversary of the station's nightclub fire. Fire in the West Fork, Rhode Island on February 20th, 2003 killed 100 people and injured 200. The fire started during a concert at the nightclub when the show's pyrotechnic display ignited the foam for soundproofing. It was brought to you by Sunlight. An international soccer player from Ghana has been found dead in Turkey. Christian Atsu played for Premier League clubs Chelsea and Newcastle. He apparently died in the earthquake in Turkey. He was 31. Search teams found Atsu's body in the debris of a luxury 12-story building where he had been living. A search and rescue team from LA County Sheriff's Department has returned from the scene of that massive earthquake in Turkey.
Mike Leon says hours after the quake, he reached out to the Turkish consulate, which got the ball rolling on that end. But since the whole team is made up of volunteers, he had to figure out how to get over there and where to stay. He got in touch with a buddy at UPS who worked it out with one of their vendors. They arranged for us to get cost flights round trip from Turkish Airlines. They were super excited to be able to fly us over there. And then I raised private money to pay for hotels and incidental like car rentals and stuff like that. Liam remembers last Saturday when they got their first assignment from Turkish that they both recorded the experience. And so we go to that location and sure enough, there's a woman's voice, you can hear under deep under the rubber. And then during this process of trying to get access to her, then the second voice was heard, and it was this woman's son, who after about 4 hours, we finally got both of them. What was that scene like? Pretty much what we were anticipating. It was kind of like a almost like a Armageddon kind of job. You had nothing but huge house levels wherever you could fit some floor in your apartment. The team spent 7 days there and rescued 3 people. They all used their own personal vacation time to go. Gregory, say if I knew.
Now headed out to Westminster where there's a show on the 405.
To the northbound side of Westminster Avenue, off the right shoulder, stop and go traffic from Golden West Street. Very heavy through Pomona Road, 71 southbound at Newton. In the second lane from the left is blocked. They also have some Caltrans through the area, and it's going to be stop and go as you approach Now, we do have some flooding as well to Anaheim, 91 east side of Rooker Street, Riverside Freeway, right lanes blocked there. KFI in the sky, let's get to their faster. I'm Mark Weeder. Salt-based water softeners. Well, what can you say about them? They're 100-year-old technology. They are outdated. They add sodium to your water without filtering it. No filtering. No. And they require constant and costly upkeep. There's a better solution. A light source, salt-free, whole house water system is better than a water softener. Our systems connect directly to your home's water main, giving you filtered and delicious water from every tap and faucet. And since water source does not use salt, they are perfect for areas where softeners are banned. Call Light Source today. 800-803-2696. 800-803-2696. Or visit lightsourcewater.com. Light Source. Taste and feel the difference.
Southside weather from KFI, partly cloudy in Metro LA and inland OC, highs in the low 70s, cloudy and breezy in the valleys and inland Empire, highs in the mid to low 70s, breezes, sunny and windy, highs in the upper 60s. Really local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jane Yamamoto.
The Mildred Plumbers at My Diamond will unclose your drain for $99. Having it stopped and stopped by the array of cleaning technicians can save you money, prevent flooding inside your home, and remove all unnecessary worries from your life. Your drain will anticipate your high school flow smoother, and your faith in mankind will be restored. There's $99 friends stop rate by getting things made like in all 5 Florida areas. Schedule an appointment today and do My Diamond Auto House. Professional homes smell better than a new car wrapped in bacon. You will be able to tackle like fingers, focus on things that really matter, and avoid the unsanitary atrocities of blah plumbers. No brothers here, man. Outlaw Drain. Reference the $99 stoppage page at thesmellgoodplumber.com. Then call 800-446. Contact them up to $299. This is my diamond, and I guarantee my plumber will show up on time and smell you, and your house flow is free. We've all felt the impact of rising food prices. For families in poverty, they're facing malnutrition and death. You can feed a family for a month with your $50 donation to Compassion International. Just text the word radio to 97646. I'm Michael Akiva. Jacoby and Myers. It's not easy to be English. You just enjoy traumatic experience. And now you're forced to face the problem. We have a proven track record of helping your neighbors. And we're proud that our clients see that as their #1 firm year after year. Please feel secure. Jacoby and Myers.
We're Las Vegas welcomes you to Awakening, a new theatrical experience created by award-winning artists. In which a spectacular sound, meet colorful characters, and journey with them through wondrous realms. Experience Awakening. Get your tickets at awakening.com.
This is Jacob Amani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB. For official rules and more information about contact safety, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. Hey, follow us on all these things at KFIAM640. KFI. Live everywhere from AM640 to the iHeartRadio app. Your home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Hey, coming up, next segment. We're going to the phones, like I promised. The number to reach me, 833-2-ASK-DEAN. 833-2-ASK-DEAN. Anything you want to talk about regarding your home. Construction issues, design questions, DIY stuff, whatever it may be, you can call the shop, so we'll put our heads together to see if we can figure out what's going on with your home. All right, thanks for joining us on the program. We are doing part 2 of the 2-part series here. So if you missed part 1, which was yesterday's program or the previous episode on the podcast, make sure you go back and check that out. You can want to hear all of my ramblings yesterday as well on this subject of they don't build them like they're used to. And again, integrity and craftsmanship that goes into most homes these days, or the absence thereof, and I'm kind of yearning for yesterday, right? But on the other hand, when it comes to building materials, engineering, all of these kinds of things, I'm glad that we are not building them like we used to. We have come a long, long way since mainstream suburban residential architecture, broke into the scene in the late 1800s, early 1900s, right around the dawn of the 20th century. A lot of nostalgia when you say they don't build them like they used to, right? It's kind of a Rorschach test for most people because it's interesting. Different people respond to that in different ways. But then again, we have a very interesting relationship with the past, I think. Memories are a big part of our personality because therein are most of the pages of our personal stories, right? In memory. That's what gives you a sense of, I think, the trajectory, right? Because if you don't have a line, you learn this in geometry class, by the way. Life lessons in geometry. If you are a point in time, that's what today is right now, then that point doesn't have any direction. There's no sense of trajectory, right? But if you are a line or a ray passing through that point from a certain place in the past, headed toward a certain place in the future, then your life has that trajectory, and that's what memories are to us, right? Nostalgia, yeah, maybe a little bit of different thing. That may be a bit of a whitelisting of memories from the past, out of a romantification of past memories. That's okay if you both. They're your memories. You can clean them up a bit if you need to. But nostalgia is also a very safe place where we go. And why? Because the past is a known quantity. Nothing else is happening in the past. It's done. And so it's a known quantity. And we tend to be fearful people. So we think about the future. We're like, I don't know what's about to happen. But the past, there's something about the past that feels good. In fact, I'll leave you with one last thought here on this. Whenever times get tough culturally, whether it's a pandemic or a looming recession or, whatever the case may be, uh, whenever culturally things get tough and the future becomes unsure, vintage architectural styles rise in popularity almost overnight. Always this happens. Always this happens. Isn't that interesting? And what's my explanation for that? Very simply, the past is a safe place and it's comforting. And so we build kind of a home that has nuances and uh, uh, commentary from the past, and therefore they're touch points for us, and we just feel safe than in something cutting edge and new and futuristic because the future is uncertain. So anyway, let me touch briefly on electrical. This one we could do an entire program on and have many times. And so I'm only going to touch on it briefly for that exact reason, because every time we talk about new smart home technology, it's electric space, right? The electrification of Western civilization is underway right now, and we're getting off fossil fuels. And you've noticed this in regards to what's available and what's being said about your home. And we don't need to repeat all of that again today. I just want to talk about how far we've come in our basic ability to channel electricity into your house. Knob and tube. This was now a lot of you think that you had an older home with knob and tube, and it turns out you did. You just had old cloth wires, and that's the whole thing too. But the original, the late great knob and tube. What was the deal with knob and tube? Well, basically knob and tube described these ceramic insulators. Okay, knobs were these large 6-inch insulators that would get nailed into framing members on your house, and then the electrical wire was just planted to the top of it. And basically, the job of the knob was to hold a wire at least an inch or so away from anything else. So it's just floating from knob to knob. And think of it kind of like the high-tension power lines behind your house. But those poles were tiny poles that were inside your house because nobody wanted those wires touching them. That was a commentary on how poor the insulation was on electrical wires when we started running them through the house. That we literally don't touch that wire. It was not a bare wire. It had a cloth insulation wrapped around it, but a ring forward. And you do not want to be taking that wire and then letting your hand cross over to the next one next to it, or else you would notice real fast just how much current was running through that thing. So those were the knobs. The knobs was a thicker post that held that. But of course, there are times when a wire has to not run parallel to a wooden frame member or piece of construction, but run through it, right? Through its stud. If I could know, we would have these little ceramic tubes, and the tube, a hole would get drilled in the stud, and then the tube would get inserted, and the wire would run through the tube. Of course, the ceramic was super insulated. So knob and tube, basically not letting the wires touch anything in the house, and that's a problem. But basically dangerous to hit all one. What have we come to today? Through all sorts of different iterations, now we're at a place where you probably know it as Romex, that's actually a brand name, or Kleenex, okay? But we're talking about electrical cable. And what that is, it is two or three or four really well insulated wires, all by themselves, totally well insulated, all by themselves, wrapped in paper and then wrapped in a rubberized plastic sheet. And now we just run it anywhere, staple it to the wood frame, to hold freely. Any problem with fire? Nope, not unless you have inadvertently cut through the insulation on it. So that's where we come to basically electrical cables that just get rolled out in hundreds and hundreds of feet, and we really aren't concerned what it's touching or where it's hanging, as long as we know that the insulation around it is not broken. That is a big thing. I got so much more to talk about, but when we return, we're going to the phone. Your home. You start the house with Virginia Yamamoto has been.
A Kentucky University police officers were shot and killed last night while trying to stop a carjacking near the school campus. The suspected shooter was arrested this morning. President Biden will mark the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine with the biggest Poland. He said to leave Washington tomorrow and arrive in Warsaw on Tuesday. The Golden Arches is planning to roll out planet foods to projects in Germany next week. Headed out to 71 on the picture.
This President's Day dominant city takes tail to the kids sale. Don't you mean hail to the kids? No, or one tail to the kids with over 50% off the best brand. Plus, with your good credit, buy today and take interest free for 36 months. On purchases above $3,000 with your minimum monthly payment and 10% down. I'm going straight to hell. Because you're killing me, Larry. Didn't think of being anyone's advertised price or your master for free. It's Rob Sutter. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings. In the All-Star Game at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City today, Team LeBron goes up against Team Giannis. USC basketball winner over Stanford 85-75. Coaches say Grayson was great. Boogie Ellis' career high 33 points. UCLA wraps now 78-43. Ivy Hodges with 20 points as the Bruins shoot 52%. On the ice, a shootout won by the Kings of the Coyotes 6-5. I'm Trey Under. Hey, it's Rob Sutter. If you'd like to make things a little more interesting, download and listen to the newest episode of the Even Money Podcast with DraftKings, releasing every Tuesday. Available wherever you listen to podcasts, football and betting. The Even Money Podcast.
Now headed to Pomona where there's a crash on the 71.
And the THC wanted you to know that they played this all around. It's the 71 southbound at Michigan Boulevard. It's a Rabbi way. But the problem is still heavy traffic through the area. There's house trains through there that down into that. It's going to be slow. Now, through Ontario, we've got a crash on the 10. San Bernardino Freeway east side of Archie. That's off to the right. And a new column here, South Motorhome, specifically that 14 North Times Florida Canyon. Hey, if the sky helps get you there faster, I'm Mark Eva. This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer. Mailbox is John Cole. Welcome you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. He's looking at the cigarette, but he just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally wants you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
At LA Fitness, there's no end to what you can try with your 3-day free pack. Sign up at startlafitness.com. From cycling to swimming, running to rowing, dance to downward dog, and battle ropes to box jumps. It's all here at LA Fitness. When you join LA Fitness, it opens the door to premium amenities like basketball courts, Olympic lifting platforms, pools, and saunas. This is the best time to make a new day resolution. Any day can be your day to start fresh at LA Fitness. Get your pass today, come in the club, or join online with our latest offers. From yoga to Zumba classes, cycling to our signature bodywork classes. Your muscles may get tired, but your workouts never will. Get started at startlafitness.com with your free 3-day pass at startlafitness.com. That's startlafitness.com. A negative vary by location. Certain emojis may be available for an additional fee. Please read the passage redeemable by non-members only. Other restrictions apply.
I'll let you get finished the first because it can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or order with stool. It turns out I have UTI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. These are missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancreatic, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats UTI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase the chance of fibrosis and colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening or painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always refuse. Do not take capsules of this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed UTI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for UTI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's creoninfo.com. This is Cleveland Smith, founder of Service Tracking Plumbing, Heating, and Landscaping. Another good deed for free. Sometimes just the little things that make all the difference in the world. Like when our technician Baylor was asked for a little help by a customer with Parkinson's disease. The caregiver wasn't available, and she had a six-pack of Gatorade stuck in those plastic grill holders. David got some creeps in the plastic, and she also said she had trouble with the cap. David then unscrewed the caps of all six bottles, removing them completely, and then putting them back on. She wanted to make sure it would be easy for her later. David also noticed the delivery of medicine until fed into the house. He said he really enjoyed helping her out, especially because of her upbeat attitude. Thanks, David. Keep those good deeds for free coming. Service Captain, plumbing, heating, AC, and good deeds for free.
If you're the parent of a teenager, you're going to want to listen up. According to the CDC, about 60% of American teenagers have suffered some form of physical or emotional abuse in their dating relationship. And teenage girls are reporting more sadness than ever. Let's talk about what's going on and how we can help our kids.
Dr. Wayne Wolf, tonight at 7 on KFI and on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. You start the house whisperer, welcome home. Excuse me. Forgive my foggy voice today. Fighting off a head cold. I think I'm winning. But, round for round, you never know how one particular round goes. But I think I'm racking up the points. So, there you go. Hey, it is time to go to the phone. We will be getting back to our topic. They don't build them like they used to, kind of a whirlwind tour of systems of your home and where they have come from and where they are now. But for right now, time to go to the phone. Let's talk to Mike. Hey, Mike. Welcome home.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. I had about 1,200 square feet of concrete poured in the backyard for patio, and it all kind of cracked up and didn't deep down the same way. And I was wondering if there was some type of outdoor epoxy or coating I could put over it to make it look better.
Yes, that's a qualified yes. So when was it done, and how bad are the cracks? We really need to talk about the nature of the cracking. That's the most important part of this. But
Okay, so it was poured about a year ago. The cracks, it's not literally, they're bad, but it's not like huge credit card cracks, but maybe a business card for some of them.
okay, so small cracks, what we might call spider cracking, but obviously visible cracks, and no uplift. Is it continuing to crack, or does the crack show up